silent but dead.
Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the vlog. Thanks for stopping by. Hope you enjoyed that last video I put out. It did take me a long time to edit it. Actually, it took me around 12 hours to edit that video. I really had no idea how to edit. I went to a bunch of different YouTube channels and they helped me out a lot. Actually, it took me quite a bit just to even add a thumbnail or channel art to the page. And as you can tell, it's pretty bland and plain. So hopefully in the next few days I'll be able to, you know, get a nice picture on there, nice logo for you guys to see. So bear with me. All right, let's dive right into it. I want to talk a little bit more about the Toyota Sienna. There is a lot of pros to having a van like this. The size of it, it helps out the family a lot. But there is also a few cons that I want to talk about as well. So without further ado, let's talk about the cons. The other issue I have with this Toyota Sienna is the spare tire. So in order to take this spare tire, you have to go through a whole lot of work just to get the spare tire out, and I'm gonna show you. First thing first, you got to get the tools for it, which is located in the back of the trunk. I'm not gonna get it out because I really don't want to take the spare tire out. Secondly, you have to roll this passenger side seat all the way up, this seat all the way back. You take off this mat. So you lift this mat off, or you take it apart. I'm gonna take it out. All right. This carpet right here, it peels right off. So you just, boom. So I usually just flip it back here like this, and then you see this little weird cut off. Pull the cut off open, and there's a screw. So this screw right here will release your spare tire, which is located right underneath the car. Yep, a pain just to take this spare out. Yeah, so I wish they did it just like the Toyota Tundra, where they put the spare tires at. Usually on the back of the Toyota Tundra, if you look back here, there's usually a square right here. You just have to plug the rod in, you turn it clockwise, and the tire will drop down, and that's the same way you put it back up. It's a lot more useful that way. It's a lot easier instead of jumping through all these loops just to take the spare out. So the second thing I don't like about this van is this middle seat I'm sitting in. It's not a practical seat. It's very small, and for guys that's my size, you can't sit here. So it's a useless spot, useless seat. But Toyota put it in anyways to add one more person into their vehicle. So as you can tell, this seat is really small. Like I said, you can't fit a grown adult in here because it'll just sit right on the seat belt. But I mean, Toyota didn't do too bad of a job, because you could actually remove this by this lever right here. So you know, my car cover is covering it, but there's this little lever. You just yank it, and this thing goes down. You know, it comes off like that. It goes down, and you could actually take the whole thing apart, and there's actual cup holders there. But like I'm saying, it's just wasteful space. I mean, if they really made the seat a little bit better, you know, you could definitely fit another adult in here. But yeah, that's definitely a con. I don't like it like this. I wish it was a little bit bigger. I mean, they could have made this seat a little bit smaller, that a little bit smaller, and fit a regular size seat in there. But unfortunately, they didn't, and this is what you get. So moving on to the next issue that I really don't like in the Toyota Sienna. It's more of related to me, since I'm a Lyft driver, is that you cannot open the doors, especially the sliding automatic back doors, unless you're in park. I know it's a safety countermeasure for kids or anything like that, but as far as for me as a Lyft driver, I like to get into the destination and just pop the door open, customer hops in, close it, and go. But not in this case. So for the Toyota Sienna, I think pretty much for any other van, I wish there's a on and off switch for it, if you know what I mean. But so if I have the vehicle right now, if I have it in drive, let's say, yes, the Toyota Sienna is in D, is in drive, and right now if I want to open the back door, it won't let me, you know, safety for kids. So if I put it in park and I push the same button again, the doors will open. You know, it's that extra second that I don't like to deal with. That's just for me on a personal level. When you're in the city, there's a lot of areas where it's really small. It's a one directional road, or even it's a two-way, but I don't even know why you can't fit both cars at the same time. And if I have to stop, put in a park, open the door, let the customer come in, close the door, put it in drive, and start driving, it just, as you can tell, it wasted a lot of time. And the guy behind me or the person in front of me that's waiting for me to go really don't like it. There's a lot of time that has happened where I just get a lot of frustrated drivers, people just beeping at me, and I'm like, I can't. Just gotta wait for my customer. There's no parking space, and I take this extra second just to open the door. But yeah, that's another feature that I don't like personally. But people with kids or anything, it is a good option to have, so the kids don't just randomly open the door while you're driving. But personally for me, I don't like it. I wish there was an on and off switch for it, but that's it. So that's all I have for the bad thing of the Toyota Sienna. Let's talk about the good things. One of the good things about this van is it has a lot of space. Like, I don't have to personally stack things. I don't have to personally try to squeeze people in. As you can tell, I could fit 1, 2, 3, maybe 4, 5, 6, 7 adults, 6.5 adults comfortably in this vehicle. Let's minus that back seat. If you got a kid, you can put the kid in the back seat, in the back middle seat, and they'll like it. They'll be fine with it. There won't be any issue. But if you put me in the back in the middle between 2 adults, there's going to be an issue. All right, so I really like the trunk of the van. You could fit so much in it. It's really deep down inside, as you can tell. I took this van to Florida with my family for a cruise, and we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 suitcases and 2 on top. And we still had room. I still have room up here to see behind me, which is an extremely plus. If I needed more room, these seats right here, if you pull this lever, it goes down, all right? And then or you could pull this lever and it goes down this way, and it would just collapse right into the floor of this trunk, and you have a whole bed, like a truck bed there. And if you need more rooms, these seats up front actually come apart, so the whole back will be an empty van, and you could throw anything in there, like a sled or barbecue pit, anything you want, any long boxes that you need to bring home, and you don't have to rent anything. So I really like the space, the trunk capacity of this van itself. In the back of the van, there's this built-in feature on each one of its window. It's a shaded right there, a little shaded visor, to help from the sun. And I really like this built-in feature because I don't really like to stick those shade, those ones you could buy the AutoZone on here, and it just falls off. This is completely built in. If you want it, you pull it up. If you don't want it, you put it down. Simple as that. Very good feature for the van. I'm glad they put this in, and that's definitely something I really like and really enjoy having. So this van is really smooth for me to drive. It sits a lot lower to the ground, and when you go on at a higher speed, like in the highway, like 65, 70, 80, it still feel like you're going only 25 in the city. There's no rockage. Even if it's hard wind, you don't get bumped back and forth. The kids in the back is really comfortable in their seat. So all around, this van is very comfortable to drive. I haven't had an issue with it. The engine is amazing. Something with Toyota engines, it lasts forever. I know if you ever heard of a Camry, anybody owning like a 1987 Camry and still driving it on the road and has like 1,000,000 miles on it, if you take care of the vehicle, get it oil change, get it maintenance, new tires, new brakes whenever it needs, it'll be perfectly fine. I mean, I think that goes for a lot of vehicles, but especially for Toyota, it really lasts very long. So overall, I really love this car. I have no issue with it. It has 71,000 miles on it. I did change the brakes. I changed the rotors.
change the tires, oil change it often because I drive a lot with Lyft. There is some other issues I've noticed that most of the Toyota vehicles have, and if you guys want to know about it, I can make another video because I do have the Camry, the RAV4, and the Sienna, and it happened to all three of the cars, like 5 or 6 things, and I don't know, I just think that all Toyotas have this problem. But if you like this video, let me know. If you're first time here, please subscribe. Ring that bell down here to the right hand side, or your left, my right, if I'm looking at it, to notify you on my next video. If you have any comments or any suggestion for me to improve my video, or if my editing is having a lot of issues or anything, if you have any suggestion on other programs, please let me know. I'll definitely improve in the near future. But thank you for stopping by, and I'll see you next time on the vlog.